All right, you guys, it's a big budget day today. Can't be on here long. So rushed out here to do this real fast so I can get on back to work meetings and deadlines and all kind of shit. So anyway, this is just a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. All right, you guys, so let's see what's first. One of the sadder stories of this week, ex-basketball player Lamar Odom is in the hospital fighting for his life, they say, as he is suspected of some sort of overdose in Nevada a couple of days ago. So I'm sure you guys already know the story. Evidently, Lamar Odom was in Nevada at the Love Ranch. It's a brothel. You guys know brothels are legalized in Nevada. The same guy that owns the Bunny Ranch, which was real popular on the show Real Sex that they used to show the Bunny Ranch quite a bit on HBO. He also has a brothel called the Love Ranch. I guess celebrities frequent this place pretty often, and Lamar Odom is no different. He checks himself in there on Saturday. To make a long story short, on Tuesday, I believe it was, he was found unconscious in his room. They said he was foaming at the mouth. He had blood and foam coming out of his nose. They were worried that he had overdosed. So they called 911, and 911 told him to turn him over on his side. He started throwing up, but never gained consciousness from what I understand. And then they took him. They tried to airlift him to a hospital that could better serve him in Las Vegas. However, he was too tall to fit in the helicopter, which is terrible. So he had to be treated wherever he was, and I guess they drove him on the ground to Las Vegas. As we know right now, he's still in a coma. They say he's on life support. There hasn't been any significant changes in his condition. So very, very, very sad story. I mean, that's really the only story that I'm concerned about. All this other side chatter about his family, his ex-family, the Kardashians, whether or not they're using this as a chance for publicity, you know, among other people, other celebrities that's going down there. In my opinion, I feel like Chloe always has loved him. You know, I just feel like she loved him and that she still loves him. I mean, you know, Lamar has a drug problem. And as much as we'd like to blame his drug problems on the Kardashians, I will say that probably his relationship with the Kardashians added to the stress of somebody who is already an addict and is, you know, easily triggered, and the stress of that relationship, the availability of the money and the fame and the pressure of being in the public all the time. Like, I'm sure that that's all attributed and added to the reasons why he could be a drug addict. But you guys, Lamar has been on drugs. He's had a very troubled life. He comes from a family of addicts. You guys know that a lot of times addictions are passed down through generations. So while we would like to say that the Kardashians may be the reason, I don't honestly think that that is the reason. Have they used Lamar in certain ways to kind of, you know, add to the, you know, the scandal of their television show? Definitely. But that's the name of the reality show game. It's not anything different than any other reality show does. So it's just sad that the reality here is that this is a man that's on drugs. It's finally caught up with him, and he's now fighting for his life because of it. So that's pretty much it for me. You know, they caught Master P saying that it's for publicity, and, you know, different people have their opinions. My whole thing is, I mean, if you ever dealt with somebody with an addiction, you can say all the things that you want. People don't fight the addiction and don't get help and get treatment and, you know, eventually stop until they're ready to do so. And they will lose everything. You would think that people would hit rock bottom until there's another rock bottom, and then there's another one and another one, and they just continue to go on and on and on. We've seen it happen plenty of times. So I just feel like it's sad that it's happened to Lamar, but, you know, he's had countless deaths in his family. He's lost a child. Like I said, his dad was an addict. His best friends were addicts. I still feel like there is some reason why Rob Kardashian is the way that he is. He was so close to Lamar, Chloe, and Rob all lived in the same home. Not sure what went down in that house, but I feel like all of this is connected. That's the reason why Chloe is so intent on being there for Rob, because only she really truly knows whatever Rob's struggles are, and they're related to Lamar and all this. So it's just like, it's a lot, okay? It's the reality show, but it's also for real life. And I guess it would be difficult to maneuver those things. You know, I don't really care about Chris and Kim being there, but I think that it's appropriate that Chloe would be there. She is the ex-wife. Well, now they're saying that she's still the wife, that the judge hadn't finalized their divorce. So I just, you know, I can't get into all of that. I can't get into all of that. People saying, why didn't anybody get him help? Okay. People saying that, you know, we shouldn't be saying pray for Lamar now because it's just a trending topic. Well, what do you want us to do as people who have no relationship with Lamar? Okay, we've admired him from afar. We've watched him as a basketball player, and then later on to become a reality show star. People have connections with him, even if he has this drug addiction. There's nothing that I could do personally for Lamar Odom. I mean, I don't know the man. That still doesn't mean that I don't feel for him. And, you know, I'm sad that he's in jail. I mean, in the hospital, unconscious, on life support. I mean, I think it's like just kind of trending to say, don't say it because it's trending. You know what I mean? So it's just like, whatever, you guys. But really, really sad story. I just hope that he pulls out. I mean, he was such a phenomenal basketball player for the Lakers. I can just remember the glory days when he was playing with Kobe and Paul Gasol and the crazy one, Artest. And, you know, it's just like all of them together. Like, I can remember those days, and it's just sad that it's ended this way. I didn't want it to end this way. I'm hoping that it doesn't end. But I can also say that I'm not really surprised. I felt like when you see somebody kind of spiraling out of control, what is the end result many times? So we're going to pray that it's not a Bobby Christina situation, but as of now, we don't know. And I will also say that not super feeling like he's going to pull out of it, you know, but God knows best, okay? And he has the last answer for sure. So what we're going to say is we just going to pray for him, hopefully that he will come out of this. And if he is in his full mental state when he does, you know, that he'll realize that it's time to get help and, you know, fight those demons. So prayers up for Lamar Odom. All right, you guys, let's see your boy T.I. I want somebody to get T.I.'s motherfucking ass and sit his ass down. And let him understand that women can make just as many good decisions as men. What the fuck is wrong with T.I., you guys? Listen, I know that there's people out there that have their opinions, and you cannot tell me that T.I. did not mean every single word that he said, because when he said it, there wasn't a giggle there. His face was very, very straight, and, you know, he didn't stutter. He meant it. He said, and I'm going to quote to you guys, not to be sexist, but I can't vote for the leader of the free world to be a woman. Just because every other position that exists, I think a woman could do well. But the president is kind of like, I just know that women make rash decisions emotionally. They make very permanent, cemented decisions. And then later, it's kind of like it didn't happen. Or they didn't mean for it to happen. And I sure would hate to just set off a nuke. Other leaders will not be able to negotiate the right kinds of foreign policy. The world ain't ready yet. I think you might be able to get the Loch Ness Monster elected before you could get a woman. You guys, I just honestly, look, I'm not even surprised that he said it. We can already look at T.I. and tell that he is a male chauvinist. I mean, look at what he's put Tiny through. Never really wanted the girl to work. He's always wanted her to stay home, and she's kind of had to fight to be on her grind even a little bit that she's been on, okay? But you guys remember when she was trying to get that nail bar opened and he didn't want her to do that, and you know, so it's not surprising that he says shit like this, but he's stupid. He's just dumb. Men make plenty of dumb decisions. I mean, even if we were to think about the shit that T.I. has done, talk about emotional. I mean, he got some bitch in him for real, okay? It's too bad because I like T.I. I like T.I.'s music, and I think T.I. is very nice on the eyes. He's good to look at. But it also becomes a point when somebody's so fine and good looking should just shut the fuck up and just be over there and be fine and good looking. Go on and do your little acting roles. Read the fucking words on the script, and let's hope that whatever they tell you to say is gonna make some damn sense, and let that be that. But you know, whenever we get out there and we get to saying our opinion and everything, and you look, You are entitled to your opinion. But it's time to start really thinking about the shit that we say. See, we done got real loose with the social media, and you guys, I'm telling you, the internet is gonna be the death of us. Because they gonna catch you. They gonna catch your quote in a little sound bite, and they gonna blast it all over the place and make your ass look stupid. I got quite a few of these today. Okay, these little quips and quotes. But yeah, it's just unreal that he would say some shit like that. Hillary Clinton has proven time and time again that she is qualified. She's been a damn Secretary of State. I would like to see T.I. put himself anywhere in government and be able to make the sound decisions that this woman has had to make, you know, over the years. So just like, you shut up, T.I. See, this is what the fuck I'm saying. Like, we don't need to hear from rappers. They don't need to sound off on shit other than rap. Because this is the kind of shit that happened when you let them say some other shit. You know, so yeah, I'm real disappointed in T.I. But like I said, I'm not surprised. He definitely has proven to us over and over again that he doesn't have much respect for women in that way. They can be the support for the man, but you know, he still ain't quite ready for the woman to get out and get it like that. So y'all ain't so fucking retarded. I tell you, I just read that and I said Everybody is still kind of up in arms about the shit that RavenSymone has said, and like I just told you guys with T.I., everybody is entitled to their opinions. I guess especially RavenSymone, considering she's on a show called The View, which means that she's supposed to give her view on different subjects. Okay, so they're talking about discrimination and racism in hiring practices. I guess I didn't even see the whole clip, just seen the little sound bite like everybody else. But she says that she's been discriminatory in hiring folks and that she would never hire somebody named Walla Melandrea. She was laughing when she said it, and it seemed like, I guess it was an edgy enough little thing to say on the show, you know, and to get everybody's you know, to giggle a good kiki. Well, the shit backfired on her because, I mean, really. Okay, now look, a lot of times when they have these conversations, it's kitchen table talk. Okay, it's shit that you talk about at the house, you laugh about, you know, you ain't really put too much thought about what you said, and you just say what it is. Okay, everybody laughs about it and moves on. Nobody really sits and studies what you say when you just sitting around a table at the house, you know, laughing it up with your people. The problem here is Raven is on a nationally syndicated television show, and she's got millions of people watching her and listening to her comments and her views and really picking it apart. Let's say she said what she said, she got home, she thought about it. Okay, more people started talking about it like, bitch, you really talking about you not gonna hire a motherfucker named Watermelon Drea when you sitting up here every other week with different color hair, mohawks, your makeup dark, all of that. Look, y'all know, like, look at me. I got this whole thing going on. I know this ain't the most conservative of looks. I understand that certain things will affect the job if you're trying to get a job. Would I go in on the interview looking like this? Hell no. Okay, I would tone it way, way, way down. I've been at my job for a long time. I've been able to push the envelope a little bit further. But the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of people that hire people on appearances and, unfortunately, names. The bad part about it is you can't choose your name. Or most people don't go through the process of trying to change their name. So say you got some old parents that was young and, you know, they thought it was cute to name their kids Cognac and, you know, Hennessy and Aliquanisha and all of that, okay? You grow older, you got a promising outlook, done real good in school, done really well, you know, in college, and it comes time for you to look for a job. It's not really fair that somebody would hold that against you in spite of all of the things that you've been able to accomplish all this time. But the reality is people do it all the time, okay? And Raven just expressed what a lot of people say and do in for real life hiring practices. Was it stupid of her to say it? Yes. Okay, because you just really have to be a little bit more conscious of what you said. Do I think she meant it? I really don't think she meant it. I really don't think she meant it. I think that she was laughing. I think that she thought it was something funny and cute to say right there, just sort of off the cuff. But when she really thought about it, she understood that, damn, I'm not part of the damn solution. I'm part of the problem here, talking about I won't hire somebody named Watermelon Drea. I'm a black woman, even though she doesn't believe that she is. Or no, I'm sorry, she says she's not an African American, she's just an American. But still, okay, the reality is that you out here having to look for jobs just like everybody else, and even though you've been privileged to get to where you are, if you went out just on GP just a regular day, you know, not RavenSymone, even though she spells her name Simone, but that's a whole nother thing. If she went out looking the way she did, not being the RavenSymone that we all know, she would have some challenges there. So yeah, I think that she didn't mean what she said. She said something stupid, didn't think about it. Now she's paying for it. And because of all the other shit that she said in the past that has just pissed everybody off, now we just over it. Okay, we tired of Raven. We tired of the shit that she say. But is this going to change anything for Raven? No. That's the reason why they put her on the show, because she can be controversial. She can say things that people think. She is off the cuff. Sometimes she doesn't think about the shit that they say, and this is what makes good television. So, yeah, I think that it's unfortunate that she said it, that she was caught out there trying to have a good kiki with her girls, and not thinking about the shit that she says. I'm over Raven, though, y'all. Been over her a long time. Child, it's getting hot out here. Y'all see me getting glossy? Let me finish up this DejLoaf and Lil Durk, y'all. I don't know, for the life of me, I don't know who Lil Durk is. And I made it a point not to research him. Okay, I wanted to get on this video and be like, who the fuck is a Lil Durk? DejLoaf, the only reason why I know her is because of that song Try Me, and her little remix to the Supposed to Be song with Omarion. Other than that, why is Lil Durk and DejLoaf such big talk right now? And the fact that they're supposed to be in a fucking relationship, really, I mean, who cares? First of all, I mean, obviously the kids care. Let me not say stuff like that, because I know that that's what folks is talking about right now. But what I'm saying is, I thought the bitch was gay. Didn't she present herself as a gay rap artist at one time when she talks about herself in the song Try Me? I don't remember the words, but I just kind of think that I thought that the girl was gay all this time. Now it comes out. Okay, now it comes out that she's been crushing on this guy, Lil Durk, and they've been going back and forth over a year on the internet, flirting with each other. And now I guess they got a song that's coming out together, and so now it comes in the PR part of it, and now we act like them two are in a relationship. He got the nerve to tweet that they gonna be the next biggest hip-hop couple. I said, nobody know who the fuck you are. You ain't gonna be no damn big hip-hop. I want you to be so big that I, as a 45 fucking year old woman, know who the hell you are. If I don't know who you are, and I consider myself to be somewhat hip to what's going on with these rap artists and shit. He's a rap artist, right? So anyway, they're trying to pass off that these two are in a relationship. DejLoaf's ex-girlfriend, she comes out and says that the relationship is a fake and a phony, and that DejLoaf is trying to pass her off as the jealous girlfriend. This girl's name is A-Red, okay, or I think that's her Instagram name, Angela Spates. Angela says, look, honey, we done been together and she cheated on me. She started fucking around with her hairstylist. We broke up. She wanted to get back together. I didn't even hung out with her and Lil Durk at the studio. Ain't shit going on there, you guys. They are using this as a publicity stunt to either further her, oh, I'm not gay now agenda, or to promote this song. But the girl is just like, I just want her to be what she really is. It don't make no sense. People get out here and be talking about what they aren't. So yeah, that's it, you guys. Didn't you think that DejLoaf was gay? Like, I didn't even think she was bi. I thought she was gay, but I did notice that she has started to feminize herself over this last year or so. Okay, she used to be quite I know the word is, I shouldn't say butch, huh? Because y'all get mad at me when I say these wrong fucking terms, y'all. I don't never know what to call them. But she was the more masculine gay woman. But I've noticed over time that she's kind of softened up her look. I've even seen her in pictures with heels and dresses and her hair very curly and, you know, girly. So, I mean, you know, I ain't got no labels on what you're supposed to look like. If you're fucking gay, that's what you're gonna be. A lesbian, then fine, bitch. Whatever you're gonna be the fucking best lesbian you can be. If that makes you say one day you want to look like a dude or thugged out or, you know, more masculine, and then the next day you want to be feminine, and you do all that. I ain't saying that that's what you ain't got to be one kind of way. But what I am saying is, you know, using this whole relationship with whoever the fuck this Lil Durk boy is, I'm sure y'all gonna let me know. Because let me tell you, one thing the rock stars will let me know, and you will let me know for a whole week afterwards. The fucking video got 15,000 views and somebody still want to give me the answer to something. Be like, I think about 400 people done already told me, but thank you. Thank you for that. Shit. All I'm saying is, I mean, these kids can live whatever life they want to live. I guess you should just kind of be true to it. But that shit'll come with time. It'll come with age. Whatever. Do you guys think that Lil Durk and DejLoaf is a couple? My young babies out there, leave your comments below. For anybody out there who cares, there's a Lil Wayne sex tape that's going to be hitting the internet very, very soon. Now, personally, a Lil Wayne sex tape was at the bottom of my list, okay? That was no shit that I ever wanted to see, only because I don't think Lil Wayne is sexy. I don't care what Lil Wayne does in the bedroom. I'm sure that there's plenty of people who do. But just the whole visual. Nigga, when I get it in my head, well, I saw a little clip of it. I don't think the actual video is out, but there's clips of the video that's going around him with these two strippers. I was just like, you know, that ain't nothing for me. That ain't for me, okay? I need, you know, I mean me a big nigga, you know, husky, you know, some girth to him, some, you know, big man. I don't need no little tiny scrawny little something. That ain't for me, but yeah, evidently he's got this sex tape that's coming out. They have been threatening to release it for some time now. It looks like it's finally about to hit the streets. You know, I'll look at it when it come out. You know, it is my obligation as a top of the blogs consultant and reporter. I'll check it out and see what it's like. But yeah, I'm just like, I mean, was you guys checking for a Lil Wayne sex tape like that, my nigga? Shit. But you don't never know, okay? Because sometimes these real little scrawny little niggas be having some big shit, okay? Just like it just come out of nowhere. So child, I mean, maybe he got some skills. He definitely has a whole bunch of women that is checking for him, beautiful women. He's got kids with half of the fucking United States, and they all seem to be quite happy. Lil Wayne seems like he a good dude. I like Lil Wayne. I got respect for Lil Wayne. I think he's a very talented rapper. He seems like he's a nice enough person. He seems to be very concerned about his community. He seems to care quite deeply for his family. But I don't want to see the motherfucker fucking nobody. Woo, shit. Ugly motherfucker. Y'all, I done been out here way longer than I need to be. Let me just hurry up and tell these gonna be some quickies. Claudia Jordan, she done got real mad at Ricky Smiley. You guys know that she has been put off of the show Real Housewives of Atlanta. Not only that, but she was fired from her radio gig on what's the name of the station out here? Hot 107.9. That is the station that Ricky Smiley has his syndicated morning show. She was on there. She got put off after a year. And I will say that Claudia did try to leave the show with as much dignity as she could. She was trying to fend off the drama of Real Housewives of Atlanta and a lot of people not liking her from there. And then now having to talk about the shit, you know, her getting fired from the television show. I mean, the radio show. And she basically said it wasn't a good fit for her. But we saw the interview that she did with the Breakfast Club, and I thought, was it the Breakfast Club? Whichever one of them morning shows it was. I thought that she was as politically correct as she could be. Gave us a little hint that there was some tension between she and Ricky Smiley, but didn't say nothing too negative. Now, I guess the streets have been talking ever since then. I'm sure if you happen to, you know, move around in those circles already. There's a bunch of talk about Ricky Smiley bad talking and bashing Claudia Jordan. I suppose Ricky Smiley has enough power and position out here that a lot of people don't really speak on him, and maybe the bad shit or, you know, the shady shit or the foul shit that he might do behind closed doors. However, Claudia Jordan, I mean, you know, I guess she didn't figure, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. I'm not scared of Ricky Smiley, and I'm gonna read that motherfucker within an inch of his life. Okay, so yeah, Claudia Jordan is pissed. She's saying that he's talking bad about her in the streets. He's spreading gossip about her. She kind of insinuates on Twitter that she about to, you know, blast this nigga for all he's got. I'm not gonna read through the whole tweet or nothing. She kind of insinuates that he might be closeted gay. Now, there's been plenty of talk about him maybe being gay and people thinking that. I never thought that. Is he the most super masculine? No, I don't think so. I never really thought that he might be gay, but you know, child, again, you won't never know these days. These motherfuckers be gay, and child, you I mean, they will denounce the whole thing. Okay, so she's kind of talked about that. She talked about how he was so fucked up to his childhood friend. We all know who she meant there. She was talking about Ebony Steele. Nobody even understood why Ebony Steele left the show so abruptly before Claudia Jordan even came on there. Now it's trying kind of being we're being led to believe that Ricky Smiley was the reason behind that, kind of stabbed her in the back. Ebony has been gracious enough not to say anything about it either, but it's kind of looking like Claudia and Ebony are maybe going to team up in some kind of way, or at least they're trying to get the threat across to Ricky Smiley that, yeah, keep on fucking with us, and we gonna let it be known what the hell it is. But let me just read this one little part of the fucking tweet. She's so goddamn petty, you guys. And I tell you, I was cracking up. She read that nigga so bad. At the very end, she said, expect a letter until you do right by me. Your real hairline and eyelashes will never grow, and that eye will forever stay cocked. Why am I afraid to talk about his hairline and his eyeballs? The shit is funny to me. I tell you, I love me a good little bag, okay? And I guess Claudia definitely has that in her. But I do like Ricky Smiley too. So I'm hoping that this shit is just, you know, that it'll blow over. Because I sure will hate to see some bad shit come out about him. I mean, he seems to be, you know, have his heart in the right places, but you can't fuck people over either. I have no problems with Claudia Jordan. She got on my nerves on Real Housewives of Atlanta, but you know, I still feel like, you know, people shouldn't have to be fending for their damn selves out in these streets, okay, with a motherfucker trying to bad talk you and maybe keep you out of getting jobs and all of that. So that was it on Miss Claudia Jordan. I guess that wasn't really a quickie. Let me get to the quickies now. Okay, you guys, Soulja Boy might be suicidal. They say he posted something about he's gonna die soon and that he enjoyed his life. Look, I'm not gonna joke about a young man that might possibly be ready to end his life. These are things that we don't want to see happen. But I don't also know what he might have meant by that. A lot of people are saying that he and Nia have broken up. Nia broke up with him because the nigga is dating everybody on fucking reality TV. I mean, he done been on 3 reality shows in 1 year, and ain't no mention of the other bitch from the other reality show on any other shows. Now, evidently, he was on this show, Meet the Westbrooks, yesterday. I didn't get to watch it, so I'm sorry you guys wanted me to talk about it. Maybe next time. But yeah, he's supposed to be seeing India Love there. That's the Game's ex-girlfriend, a little baby, 19, 20, somewhere in there. So they say that him and Nia broke up, and that's why, you know, he's now suicidal. I don't know. If he is suicidal, we gonna pray for Soulja Boy and hope that the boy, you know, don't go kill himself. But for all I know, he might be talking about he gonna kill off his name, change his name. You know, that's what rappers do when they try to recreate themselves. They change their name, they kill off this other person, and they move on to something else. So he might mean that, y'all. Until then, we ain't gonna worry too much about it. We just gonna say, Soulja Boy, if you feeling like you might kill yourself, hold your head up, okay? We don't want that. Megan's new teeth. Megan James from Basketball Wives LA evidently has gotten a new set of teeth. Now, she did have some old fucked up little teeny tiny teeth. They weren't crooked or nothing. They were just very, very short. And she got some new teeth. I saw the picture of the teeth on Media Takeout. They didn't look bad to me. I mean, they weren't the best. You know, when people get these veneers and stuff, you kind of want them to look realistic, and you want them to be, you know, because everybody's teeth are not straight across. So you kind of want them to have their little variations, but still look very nice and straight and everything. Well, they don't look like that. However, they don't look all that bad. They just look like they just, motherfuckers just chopped off. you know. But I mean, maybe I gotta see another picture of it, but I didn't think they looked bad. Okay, I really didn't. So I'm sorry, y'all. I couldn't joke about baby girl's teeth. Miles and Milan break up. Okay. And they still on each other's social media. We already know that they tried our lives this entire Love and Hip Hop Hollywood season. I mean, the whole storyline is a lie. Who even knows if the motherfuckers is really together? Not anyway, okay? So maybe this is just time they didn't, you know, did what they needed to do and they over it now. Now they gonna, you know, pseudo break up and child, let that be that. Whatever. And lastly, you guys, Scarface was arrested at the BET Hip Hop Awards. You guys know I didn't get to watch the BET Hip Hop Awards. That's why I didn't do a review for it. My cable was out. It didn't even record. I was just like, oh shit, don't even record when the cable is out. We got the shit fixed yesterday. And I tried to watch the debate and the damn BET Awards, and none of it. Missed all that shit. So I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't going back to look for no shit that happened a few days ago. But yeah, they say Scarface was arrested. He had a warrant for his arrest because he was not supposed to leave the state of Texas. And what do you think the warrant might be for? Yes, you guys, you guessed it. Unpaid child support. Scarface, baby, congratulations on your I Am Hip Hop Award, but I'm gonna need you to do better. Pay your fucking child support. Alright, you guys, gotta get off here. I'm just about to start sweating and get funky. And I was cute today, so I ain't trying to get funky. Got a lot to do. Not much time to do it in. So that's it, you guys. We do this every single week. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.